che comunque il calcio è imprevedibile e le cose non sono mai scontate, quindi è anche la bellezza, no, di questo sport.
Io rappresentavo per questa squadra, era quello che non mollava mai, quello che doveva fare stare sempre su il morale, ma io mi ci trovavo bene perché sono sempre stato uno che mi piaceva dare fuoco ai miei compagni, incaricarli prima delle partite.
Il mio sogno si è avverato, è uno dei sogni dei bambini, di tanti bambini.
Il gol è un qualcosa per la gente che riusciamo a fare diventare matti, riusciamo a fare diventare felici e contenti.
Con questa maglia devo veramente fare una performance diversa perché sto rappresentando
Zero echoes with cries from the past. Rivera, Baresi, our culture won't last. They bring in signings, no heart, no pride. Where's the Italian blood? Where's the red and the white? We've been fighting for too long. They don't know where we belong. Bring back the heart, bring back the fight. Milan's lost without the light. Talk about vision, but they blinded by greed. Invest in the badge, not American speed. Since Cyril faded, they talking new ground. But history's the home that can never fall down. Tactics confused, we stuck in the past. The legends ain't legends if they ain't built to last. Respect the roots or expect the decline. Bring back the passion, the Milan design. How you kill a dynasty with dollars and cents. We need a leader, not a businessman. If you ain't for the culture, then step to the side. Cause Milan is forever, not a franchise to buy. Talk about vision, but they blinded by greed. Invest in the badge, not American speed. Since Cyril faded, they talking new ground. But history's the home that can never fall down. Tactics confused, we're stuck in the past. The legends ain't legends if they ain't built to last. Respect the roots or expect the decline. Bring back the passion, the Milan design. How you kill a dynasty with dollars and cents. We need a leader, not a businessman. If you ain't for the culture, then step to the side. Cause Milan is forever, not a franchise to buy. Oh, we need a change. Milan ain't the same. Respect the game. Or feel the pain. They bought the crest, but they don't know the soul. Scudetto dreams, but the vision ain't whole. Sacking legends like they ain't mean a thing. San Siro echoes with cries from the past. Rivera, Baresi, our culture won't last. They bring in signings, no heart, no pride. Where's the Italian blood? Where's the red and the white? We've been fighting for too long.
All right, that is better. Apologies. I'm on my lunch break. I'm a little preoccupied. I'm starving, but like I said, welcome Milan Nation. All right, what's happening? All right, quick thing before we kick things off. Shout out to all the podcasts out there that support us from day one. Visionary TV with Roy and Rock and the rest of those guys, Nathan, ML podcast with Roy and with Max and Gino, not Geo. All right. And everybody in our chats, Fadinho, Carlo, Carmelo, the list goes on. We're growing by the day, getting more support, and we appreciate the love, fellas, all right, and ladies as well out there. All right, with that being said, let's get into it. So obviously, my last pod, I had some things to say about North American clubs, and I call them sellouts for support, not publicly going after Redbird and going after the players and the coaches time and time again, right? Their individual members might say a few things against Redbird, but publicly, being that they have so much influence with the North American fans in the big cities, right? Especially like New York, Philly, you name it, Boston, across the country, they should be doing a lot more. But that being said, a shout out to the New York City club, right? My home city, for having a huge blowout protest against Redbird this past weekend. I heard it was nuts. I heard it was over 1,000 fans in the streets of Fifth Avenue, bigger than any parade we've ever seen or protest in the history of New York, bigger than Occupy Wall Street, bigger than the Macy's Day Parade, bigger than the St. Patrick's Day, bigger than the Puerto Rican Day Parade. You name it. It was huge blowout, right? So it was such a big thing. The cops came out with fire hoses, smoked tear gas. They even went up to Jerry's offices and over there in New York, in his apartment, his luxury apartment, and scared the shit out of Jerry. And all the news coverages were there: CBS News, CNN, Fox, NBC News, ABC. But just kidding, they didn't do a goddamn thing, right? Believe it or not. So do better, Milan clubs, especially New York. Love you guys, but at the end of the day, don't go out and start spreading BS just to, make comments about what I said about your clubs. All right. Anyways, so that's that. But a shout out to the other clubs out there in North America, the smaller clubs like Minneapolis, a few other ones that I've checked out publicly on social media, on X, and in the past they've gone out against Redbird, against Jerry. All right, so obviously because they don't have any ties to the club, they're not worried about cutting off the hand that feeds them. They're not worried about losing clout with the club, right? Or having the ability to get players to come over, like Ibra that came to New York, and they were all over him, sweating him at the airport. All right, fans, just insane to me. I don't understand why. Ibra hasn't done a goddamn thing for us. They've had Scaroni in the past show up at the club. Like, who cares about Scaroni? He's an old man, has no love, no passion for Milan, and Hayden Maldini. All right. So shout out to all the smaller clubs in the United States, right? For not worrying about what Redbird thinks, what management thinks, and doing the right thing, especially now in these tough times as a Milan fan. Because at the end of the day, management and the club are two separate entities. You can still support the club, the colors, and not support the project and the ownership. Let's get that straight. That includes the American owners, and includes Furlani, Ibra, everybody else included. All right. So this is going to be a quick pod, guys. Like I said, I'm on my lunch break. Got the game coming up in a little bit. And then I'm obviously preparing for my 48th birthday coming up this weekend. All right. So getting ready to have some fun this weekend with the family, with some friends. So I want to do this quick pod. But let's get into today's game. So I'm going to play with the Udinese. And the big news is, I'm going to pull up the graph here. Booyah, booyah, booyah. It looks like we're going with a 3-4-3. So a lot of us have been talking about this, a lot of the fans, a lot of podcasts. Milanista 360, myself, Rosenary TV, MLM podcast, a few others out there. I've been wanting this formation for quite some time. But this is the problem, right? A few things. First, Conceição is not known to play a three in the back. He's not Conte. He's not Inzaghi. He's not one of these coaches that knows the three-back system, how to deploy it properly. Maybe his assistant coaches know it. I have no clue. But he's not known for this. And also, which is a big deal, is we don't have enough time to prepare for this. Now we're near the end of the season, so it doesn't make a goddamn difference what he does. He's trying to save his job, trying to show that he's a masterful tactician, right? But it's all a facade, because at the end of the day, these players are not built for this either. As much as we want to do, we don't have the midfield and we don't have the back line. And I'll show you why. So there's spacing, just like the back four. There's that space, that gap on the outside. So we're playing with a four back. We have the two midfielders. You have this space open, this space open, right? Now it's kind of similar with the three in the back. You got more support in the midfield, but you have Hernandez, who's not defensively strong, has a hard time tracking back, right? As we know, time and time again. We have Pavlic, who's a poor 1v1 defender. Not the best pass. He's not a Bastoni out there. He's not even close to Bastoni. All right, to play that position. All right, that left center back position. Gavi is a good choice, sure. Right, even though he's fallen off, being there's no leadership, like all the other players have fallen off because there's no leadership on the field, or at training sessions, or off the field. And you have Tamor, who's rusty as fuck. Right? He's got the speed, but again, you have Jimenez covering for him on that open space, right? On those wide channels versus the wingers. Obviously, Udinese is not the most dangerous team on the wings, but you never know, right? They're going to look to exploit these spaces here, here, and here on the outside. So as much as we like this formation, again, the timing's off. It's too late in the season. Conceição is not known to play this formation. It's not one of his fucking strengths. And our players are not built for this. We don't have the strengths. All right. Plus you have Fofana here as well. He's not the best midfielder we had. A lot of us thought he was gonna, come in and show us a couple of things. He didn't show us jack shit. All right. And Tijani, who's not a midfielder. He's more of an attacking midfielder. That's his strength, is pushing the ball up, breaking the lines. Not in the big games, but he does it occasionally, right? So that's the issues with this three-back system. All right, is the outside spaces, the space between Hernandez, Pavlovic, and Jimenez Tamor. Because Jimenez is not the most defensively strong player as well. He's young, inexperienced. He's rash. He just makes rash decisions. You don't have the time in the week to prepare for this, especially just throwing a new system with these players. They had a hard time adapting to Fonseca's system, and he had all that time with them. How the hell do we expect these players, the same players that were under Fonseca, to understand what Conceição is trying to tell him and his coaching staff to play the system correctly? All right, and there's only a couple people in the chat. I know it's bad time, but whoever's listening in, yeah, give me your thoughts. Let me know what you guys think of this. All right. Yeah, obviously myself, I haven't talked about defensive tactics in a while. All right. and rightfully so. And props, shout out to all the podcasts out there who've continued to talk about, tactics, the MLM podcast and a few others out there. It's my passion, something it's close to my fucking heart, man. But lately, it has nothing been talked about. We keep playing this four-back system, 4-2-3-1, time and time again. And I saw this today. It looks like it's confirmed. This is the lineup we're going to have. And I wanted to, just kind of give my thoughts on this, right? And my experiences in the game of why this system is not going to work with this current squad. And more importantly, again, we don't have the leadership on the field to get these players to understand Conceição's system, his instructions, what he expects from each player. Because what Conceição was really big at Porto, if you look at his analysis, stuff that he did at Porto, he was big on the team working as a cohesive unit, not as fucking individual players, especially defensively. And we all seen it from the Fonseca, Conceição. The team doesn't play like a fucking unit. They play like selfish fucking players, all 10 of them on the field. And now you threw a new formation in there, new back line, last minute, and you expect these players to perform at a high level. You're out of your mind. It makes no sense why he's doing this. I don't know, but he's just, like I said, if he's trying to show that he's a fucking natural fucking tactician, sorry, Conceição, you're not it. All right? No more lighting up cigars. That's done. You did it once, winning a fucking useless fucking Super Copa that didn't mean jack shit for us in the season. Yeah, it's another trophy. Big deal. And now, late in the season, 7 games left, you decide to do this. For what? To appease to the fucking fan base? What made you decide this now, of all times? All right, those are my thoughts. Other than that, fellas, that's all I got. There's nothing exciting about this club anymore. Obviously, fuck's sakes. And quickly, just to kind of say what I said at the beginning of the pod. All right, again, I expect more from the North American fan clubs. All right, you have a fucking duty, I feel, because you influence a lot of fans in your fucking cities to come out and either to watch the games for the first time, become Milanistas for the first time, become Milan fans. You should be teaching them, educating the right way to fucking root for this fucking club. Not a plastic fucking club like Manchester City. All right, they just came out of nowhere and become fucking successful overnight. All right, they have a long fucking history in Europe. And the fact that none of these big clubs are publicly saying nothing against management. Not a goddamn thing. Because they're afraid to cut the hand that fucking feeds them. To bring over Scaroni and Ibra. Yeah, cool. They've had Tonali come over. Nice. And Gabbia. Cool. Meet and greets. But they don't want to lose that either. All right? But stop selling your fucking souls out just to have some fucking clout. All right? And the stuff that I'm saying is probably going to be blacklisted me from attending your fucking, your games if when I do come back to New York or if I go back to Philly, Boston, whatever. Honestly, I could care less. You know what? There's a shit ton of bars, sports bars, in New York, Boston, Philly, Houston, whatever case may be, LA, San Francisco, that show fucking football games on TV. Hundreds of them. So I could pick any bar in fucking either cities to watch the game by myself and enjoy myself just as much. All right? So that's cool. If you want to blacklist me after this, not even accept my fucking, to come into the fucking bar, have my name on a fucking wanted poster inside the fucking bar, that's cool. All right? Give me some free promotion for this podcast. I'm all for it. All right, let's see who's in the chat real quick. right, see, what's up, Steve? What's Steve? My man, Stevie Boy. What's happening? All right. And the ultimate football fan, Steve. All right. Lazio fan, fucking, you know, Bayern Munich fan, a ton of other fucking football clubs that you fucking pull for. Right on, bro. Shane's in the house. All right, my co-host from Milanista 360s in his work from all the way from Spain, living it up today. I know you're enjoying the weather out there. Get some sun out there finally. All right. So Shane, quickly, Steve, yeah, and even though it doesn't really fucking matter, give me your thoughts on what I just said today. On the fucking North American clubs, how they should be doing better. All right, educating new fans how to root for this club properly, and not worry so much about, you know, ruining their fucking reputation with the fucking management with this current project. Because you know what? Eventually, Jerry's gonna fucking sell. All right. So who cares if you ruin your fucking man? You ruin your fucking relationship with them. New manager's gonna come in, hopefully an Italian, hopefully some fucking rich ass Malaysian, somebody who actually cares about football, cares about, you know, our fucking culture and putting us back on the fucking map of European football. Right? At the end of the day, it's about the fucking colors. Yes, Shane, our club is dead. This project's dead. And that's fine. We all know this. Quite some time. This is not news to us. This is not some new revelation about our fucking team. But yeah. And also, one last thing before I head off, fellas. I'm about to go back and get something to eat, get a bite. New York City Club, if you're really going to do a protest, do it. All right? Don't go and have some members jokingly, you know, whatever the case may be, go on and say we have 1,000 fucking people protesting in the streets. Like it's a big deal. No, you didn't. Do it for real. You want to fucking really show your fucking strength, your true fucking colors, your defend the fact that you love to death. Hold the protest. Hold the protest in front of fucking Redbird, fucking their fucking corporate buildings. Do something meaningful. And instead of just heading into the bar, getting some drink, chanting. Yeah, we all do that. I had a fucking club too in Phoenix too. Big fucking deal. Yeah, Shane, me too. I do that with some other clubs too, even when I'm a Knicks fan. And I don't watch the Knicks anymore because they're fucking pitiful. And they're better now, but they don't give me the same passion anymore. They're fucking dead to me as well. I'm watching old games too from the Knicks, back from the 90s, early 2000s, right? They were playing the Bulls and pushing Jordan. Yeah, they lost to Jordan, whatever, but they fucking had heart and grit, and they played fucking defense. So kind of the same thing. And yes, and always fuck Redbird. Also, fellas, one last thing. Rosemary TV is putting together a special pod soon. I don't know when. I think Rock's going to be hosting that. It's going to be an interesting podcast, to say the least. All right. It might it'll be a really good one, an eye opener for a lot of people who listen to other podcasts. All right. So keep an eye out for that as well. All right. Shane, Steve, all right, everybody else who's tuning in, appreciate it. All right. Much love. All right. Fuck Redbird. Fuck Ibra. Fuck Scaroni. Fuck the fact we have no leaders on the fields and off the pitch. All right. And Forza Como. All right. Peace.